With Georgia recounting ballots by hand and a climate rife with claims of voter irregularities and fraud, the accuracy of computer election technology is once again under the microscope.
This is a fraud on the American public.
More embarrassing for the country than debilitating.
Not since the 2000 presidential election has a fight for the White House caused such a stir. The controversy back then leading to computerized voting systems that are creating problems now.
The introduction of computers into the process of casting and counting ballots introduced a level of vulnerable technology that is can easily be compromised. And so that doesn't do anything to engender trust.
Issues like reprogramming machines remotely or inserting fraudulent media cards, even hacking into vote scanners while using wireless modems to connect to the internet, has researchers debating how to fix such a huge and largely unregulated problem. Greg Miller, an election technology analyst, thinks those problems extend to the companies who produce our election systems too.
Today, we have 3 vendors in the United States who control 90% of America's voting infrastructure.
Those companies, Election Systems and Software, Hart InterCivic, and Dominion Voting Systems, are privately owned and bristle at any sort of governmental oversight, arguing their software is proprietary and therefore off limits to election officials and computer scientists looking for flaws and potential security risks. That, Miller says, is putting our election infrastructure in a dire state.
This is an industry that is entirely proprietary, a great deal of opacity, that is no transparency in what they're actually producing. And yet our critical democracy infrastructure depends upon those 3 vendors.
One of those vendors, Dominion, is under intense scrutiny. The Trump campaign alleging their machines switched votes from the president to Joe Biden. No evidence has emerged so far to support that claim, but flaws in the process are real.
No machinery is infallible. No technology is perfect. Mistakes, glitches do happen. There's been no evidence to this point that any of the machinery has been maliciously or nefariously compromised or altered.
Equipment problems coupled with a record-shattering 65 million mail-in ballots, according to Pew Research, and rules on how to count them varying from state to state, also playing a role in this year's election controversy. Gregory Miller predicts the intense scrutiny will force lawmakers to look at restoring credibility into a process central to our democracy.
We need to step back and stop triage financing and start really systemically financing the innovation necessary to get us more verifiable, accurate, secure, and transparent equipment. It needs to be completely redesigned and rethought as if it were truly a national security asset.
Urgently needed solutions that could be implemented by the next presidential cycle, according to experts, as another highly contested race sheds light on the cracks in our election system.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell to get instant updates about all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.